Hey there, fellow Factorians. Owners here, back with another episode of Seablock. Missed a few days. I had a bit of a cold, sore throat. Not the best for recording, but we are now back. And so it's been 4 days since the last episode, I think, and has been upped, and about a week since I actually recorded them. So I've kind of got to think about where we're at, and it's immediately obvious. That's right. We were chasing rocket fuel, and we've got half of it, and we had to do the second half. Now, a lot of comments from obviously the last 3 episodes, but the most important one, I think, was from way back in like 1.15, the first one I recorded in the last batch. This whole new expansion here is doing nothing because I didn't add any water to it. I wonder if we can just do that. Remotely. There we go. Let's copy that and paste that there, and then we'll get we'll hopefully get a construction bot. To go fill that with landfill. We got landfill, and then we'll add a pump in there later. Now the other comment was about our gas levels. We got oxygen levels were low, and they are dead. So our current oxygen production is only coming from, it's coming from both places now, hydrogen and nitrogen. No, hang on. So this is our main source of hydrogen and chlorine, because we set... yes, it's all coming back to me. We set this up for the other area, which is now our main source of hydrogen usage. So this is slowing down. This is also at a top up. So this is not going to operate very much. The issue we have then is this production over here. So what I want to do is, as recommended, and... I think it was Daniel Muscat who pointed this out. We just throw a flare stack in. If I can remember where flare stacks were, that's a flare stack. Kind of looks like a warehouse, but it is a flare stack. I might just build a handful of them because we're probably going to need a few of them in the future. We'll build a flare stack with. This is interesting. That's a top-up valve. If I put an overflow valve in there, there could be some weirdness that happens there. But this is also a top-up valve, so this will only produce oxygen when the oxygen is required, but by preference it'll take it from here, which will make sure that the nitrogen is continuing. So I think that's okay. What is the ratio here? This is producing 50-50 of nitrogen and oxygen. This is consuming 50 every 2 seconds. This is consuming 40 every 2 seconds. But then this is also consuming 60. That's 100 every 2 seconds. Whereas we're only consuming the one lot of nitrogen at this point. We might need some more for the next one. But that does mean if I put an overflow here... we'll get all the oxygen out of here, and I think that's probably what we need to do. All right, so let's put an overflow here and a flare stack there. We'll have to build ourselves an overflow valve. We'll just keep that. We'll power that up, and then that will ensure that we get oxygen here, I think, out of this one, which should slow that down. All right, we'll see how that all evens out. I think that's pretty good. Before I forget, let's see if we can get a water pump, offshore pump. Copy you, pop you over here. We may not have any in storage. Let's have a look. Apparently, we do have 1 or 2 in storage. Not anymore, but we'll see if that gets built. Otherwise, we'll just build one and we'll send it into storage ourselves. Okay. So this is now stabilized, which is great. Oxygen's maxed out. Nitrogen obviously is going to sit at 80%. Okay. Let's refocus. So we have the oxidizer capsules. We need the rocket fuel. Yes, the rocket fuel capsule. Okay. Hydrazine, ammonia, and monochloramine. This is our ammonia. That is our ammonia. Yes. So monochloramine. Yep, only comes from more ammonia and sodium hypochlorite. We probably should have another ammonia production for this, I would think. This is let's just up 50 every 2 seconds. This is producing 50 every 2 seconds. All right. So if we went for another ammonia, we would also need another. If we had another nitrogen production, we'd also need another one of these. So let's. How much are you doing? 200 every 6 seconds. With a crafting speed of 2, and you've basically got a crafting speed of 2. You're using 100 every 2 seconds. Every 6 seconds, using 300. So it's pretty close to a 1:1. And with that 0.25 extra in there, it probably is 1:1. So if we wanted to add another chemical plant doing this, we would probably have to double that whole thing. All right. Let's just do that. We need another air filter. What am I doing? Here we go. Another air filter 2. I think that's what we had there. Yep. Let's get some piping in. Is that one? It's really hard to tell. I think that's just 2 pipes. 1, 2. Yep, 2 pipes. Okay. So you now are working theoretically. Once we power you up, there we go. Oxygen and hydrogen. We will do something similar to this. Maybe not with that. We do need some small inline storage tanks. Let's actually go with a handful of these ones. Just because you can tee off. They're not just one direction, which I think we used up here. Yeah, small storage tanks. Pop them in there. Okay. So now we have a second ammonia production. If we just copy that here. And yep, that'll work. We do that. Tap into this hydrogen. Unfortunately, we lost the connection there. All right, let's try and build something that we can do out here. I think we need to go a little bit further, and voila. All right, and we could actually go out quite a ways. Got to maximize the coverage. They're expensive. These things, very expensive. Much more expensive than landfill, that's for sure. All right, and oh man, we just missed it. All right, beautiful. That should do it. 1 in, 1 up, and that's the best we can do. All right, and probably need to power that one up as well. Okay. So now you will be requesting some reds. You'll be getting rid of those. And you are making ammonia once that gets in there. All right, put another one of these here. Not there. Okay, so now we have our second ammonia production, which is this one here. And we also want to use that for the monochloramine, which comes from sodium hypochlorite. Now, sodium hypochlorite comes from chlorine and sodium hydroxide, or cellulose pulp. Yeah, we're not going to be doing that. So we need some sodium hydroxide solution, which is sodium hydroxide and purified water. Now, if I remember correctly, I think we have a little bit of hydroxide. Yeah, 11,000 hydroxide in there. That should be enough to make. No, that's 11,000 of this. I mean, what's that? 2,000 lots of this, which is 10,000 sodium hypochlorite, which is 100,000 monochloramine gas, which is the monochloramine is being used for hydrazine. So that's 40,000. I think it was 20,000 monochloramine, 40,000 hydrazine. We're probably going to be okay. Yep. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. All right. We don't need to set up. What I was trying to get at is, do we need to set up an actual production of the sodium chlorate, sodium hydroxide? Sorry. Okay. Well, let's do this. Chem plant 2.8. We could do it in a liquefier. Honestly, there's no reason not to do it in a chem plant. So let's make sure we're doing this right. So we've got our ammonia. We're going sodium hypochlorate is made also. Let's go back. Is also in one of these with the ammonia. Okay. So if we go, this is going to make our hypochlorate. This is going to make our monochloramine. And then we need this guy. This guy making sodium hypochlorate and sodium hydroxide solution. No. Yeah, this guy needs to be making sodium hypochlorate, which needs chlorine and sodium hydroxide solution. All right, so you're making sodium hydroxide solution. That's what you're doing. So you need purified water. We do have purified water here. Yes, we do. All right. There we go. And then we'll hook you in here because you're making, you're making sodium hypochlorite. And of course, that didn't line up because why would it? Actually, that's probably not as bad as I thought. Not as bad as I thought. All right, let's do that. Something like that. There we go. And then we feed that into here, like so. And then you're making this one. No, not this one. It was another one like that. This one, monochloramine gas. And you need some of that ammonia, and then, my friend, you are making hydrazine. Hydrazine from monochloramine and ammonia, and that worked out okay. Unfortunately, that needs to do a bit of that. There we go. Okay, ammonia, monochloramine. All we need to do is get you some sodium hydroxide. And we will do that like so. And of course, the power poles are out of the rate. This is using 5 every 2 seconds. All right, and it's got a high crafting speed. So we are going to be requesting a lot. I might actually put a. I think we got a hand speed of 3. Probably didn't need a fast inserter there, but we'll do that anyway. Okay. Hopefully a big stack of these are on the way. 168 are on the way. That will get this all running up to our hydrazine. All right. That was easy. We do need green metal catalysts, which I think is, we've lost alt mode. No, there we go. Wait, it's this one. For some reason we're out of green metal catalysts. Okay, I better check that. What's going on with our green metal catalysts over here? You're out of metal catalysts. You're requesting 1,000. 10 are on the way. I think we need some more. In fact, I have a bunch in my inventory apparently that I've just forgot to put in the system, and that's probably the reason why that wasn't working. All right. Now this is back up and running, and let's get our little tank, small storage tank. What are you outputting, by the way? You output hydrazine and hydrogen chloride gas. Hydrogen chloride gas we can feed back in here. All right, let's figure that one out. Before I do that though, let's just quickly have a look at what we need for this. More monochloramine and dimethylamine, which is methanol and ammonia. All right, so we need methanol here, and then we're okay. Yep, that's actually pretty good. Pretty good. Where are those small storage tanks? We'll pop one on each of these. I'm actually going to do that one further out. There we go. All right. Now, hydrogen chloride we can turn into hydrogen and chloride. Hydrogen. Yeah, that's the wrong way to do it, isn't it? Hydrogen chloride. There we go. We can use this to create calcium chloride. We want to do that. Ammonia chloride? Is that something we're actually doing over here? No, it's not. That's all right. Hydrochloric acid, sodium chloride, ferric. Ooh. We could off this. Use some of this to feed. No, that's getting a little bit of a ways away. All right, I just want to. Where's the one which turns this back into hydrogen? And there it is, number 1. It's just in a chemical plant. All right, let's pop a chemical plant down. Why do I not have chemical plants on my hotbar? There we go. All right, we'll get you over here doing hydrogen separation. I can't remember what it was called. Separation. Yeah, it was called separation. Here we go. Separation of hydrogen chloride into hydrogen. And okay, so then we want to use the hydrogen as a preference over this output here. So we need 2 top-up valves. All right, 2 top-up valves, which will go here and here, and then we just feed this in. Now that's assuming that we're using an equal amount, which I don't think we are. So we need to flare off any excess. Oh man, we need to flare off any excess chlorine, I guess, because we're using less chlorine gas than hydrogen. We'll see how this works out. Top-up valve there and there. And you are now out of chlorine. That's very interesting, because we're not using enough hydrogen. Okay, so we actually want to burn off the hydrogen by the looks of it, which is not what I was expecting. Okay, but that's okay. We'll get this chlorine gas running into there, and then this hydrogen. Where else are we making hydrogen? We're also making it here as a top-up. All right. So if we just spaghetti this up just a little bit more, we can fix this. All right. So that now goes out there, but we'll put in a overflow. I just don't like having overflows, because this is kind of connected up to the whole main run. If we put an overflow here with burning, how it's going to affect that, how it's going to work with that top-up valve that we have down the bottom. That's always my concern when we have too many of these together. But for now, it looks like it's fine. All right. But this situation here is no longer fine. Maybe it is. So it looks like this is operational only when we get enough hydrogen. All right, let's have a look. Sorry. Still got a bit of a cough. If this is using 200 every 4 seconds, and that's kind of the only input that we have, we're outputting 100 every 4 seconds, provided all the rest of this is 1:1, which it probably isn't. Yeah, okay. I think we need We need this chlorine here to be not a top-up valve, so that you actually run to supply chlorine there. I feel like at some point we're gonna have this burning off and this burning off, and we're probably going to be wasting materials. But at this point, I'm over it. Okay, we'll let it be. We'll let it be. All right. Let's make this a wee bit bigger because this is where we're going to do the rest of it. All right. Before I forget, did this get made? It did. All right. But these are still not running. These are still not running because I'm an idiot, and I'm sure someone spotted that. We actually put this in the wrong spot. We put this in the wrong spot because that's. I'm surprised they actually let that happen. That's very interesting. Normally the bots, I thought, just floated by. The bots just kind of floated there and didn't say anything about it. Okay, let's have a look at our power. Power's okay. Get our landfill all back. It's great. All right. So what do we say? We got monochloramine already. Hydrazine. Monochloramine's over here. Over here? Yeah, monochloramine. Which probably means we want another one of these in there. Let's just make a few more of them. Just to have a little bit of a buffer. A little bit of a buffer of all of our outputs. Alright. Monochloramine is done. Methanol is what we need, and then methanol and ammonia. And we already have ammonia here as well. Okay, so it's methanol. What's the best way to get methanol? Hydrogen and carbon dioxide? Yeah, we could do that. I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. Or, I mean, the cellulose fiber is the easy way, but it's a very slow way. So, how can we make carbon dioxide? Wood pellets, no thank you. Let's go back to number 1. Acid gas, don't really have that lying around here. Blue fiber, I mean charcoal. Charcoal. It's interesting, I think this is probably what we should be using because it's producing the sodium hydroxide solution and carbon dioxide. Man, that seems pretty good, doesn't it? And what do these use? Carbon. Carbon to clean? No, just purified water to clean. And it creates mineralized water and regular water. Do I care enough? Probably not. Probably not. What's this guy? What's this guy's requirement? Hydrogen and carbon dioxide. Well, we're trying to make carbon dioxide, buddy. Carbon. I think we're just going to go for the charcoal. Charcoal into carbon dioxide. Let's jump back into that one. Back over here. So charcoal into carbon dioxide, and then carbon dioxide and hydrogen into methanol. All right. We should still have a bunch of charcoal in. No. Oh, we have -7 charcoal. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. What's happening over here? The bots are basically taking it. Okay, our charcoal production is too low, is what I'm seeing. Over here, we don't actually have charcoal in a box, because it does look like this whole section could work a wee bit quicker. Although, I mean, this one is. What if we copied that over here? We'll see what happens. Do we have any of those? Apparently we do have those in the inventory. It's not coming up with a requirement. 25 explosives. We must have accidentally put something in there. Alright, and then we'll get a box. Let's get out of map mode. Let's pop this down. Let's limit it to that much. We'll copy that one. Pop that over here. Pop that over here, about there, and You go there, and we'll have to pop a power pole there as well, I think. Because, yeah, that's nothing to spawn. Alright, so that should give us some charcoal with that. And hopefully that doesn't impede on the output of this whole thing. But I've got a feeling it might. We'll have to keep an eye on it. But that should give us the charcoal we need. What's going on with this oxygen here? That oxygen is used for nothing. We actually need to flare that off, or we can connect it up into here. Alright, now my concern, this is where it gets really tricky. If I actually flare off this oxygen and this nitrogen, these would both be operating pretty annoyingly. If I just put a flare stack there, though, it's a bit of a waste, but at the same time it means that we won't have a problem where that will stop everything else from working. Okay, I think that's okay. We've got this flare stack's on this hydrogen, but it's behind the top-up valve. That's okay. So that's what we could do. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. Our hydrazine is low because you have not got enough ammonia, because you have not got enough hydrogen. Now, why is our hydrogen dead? Because you have got too much of that. You have got too much of that. Alright. We are burning off hydrogen. You should be topping it up if the oxygen... Okay, this is where I get a little concerned. If I put a top-up valve here... not a top-up, sorry, an overflow. An overflow valve, yep. If I put an overflow valve here, like that makes this oxygen work, which makes this hydrogen work, which does keep this going for a little bit. It does seem like hydrogen is our problem. Alright, anyway. We'll keep an eye on it. Again, my head, it's not quite up 100% ready for working out ratios on all this, so we're just going to make it work. And likewise, we are just going to make some methanol here with the carbon dioxide and hydrogen. Yep. Okay, so whoops, there we go. Let's get that to there. There's our hydrogen, which again, very short supply. And then our carbon dioxide comes out here. Dioxide from charcoal. Yep. All right. We'll get that in there, and then we'll get you requesting some charcoal, of which we do have. We do have some available. Logistic storage is now 400, so that whatever we did, it helped. It helped. Okay, so there's our carbon dioxide into methanol. Now that methanol and okay, let's go here and hope for the best. I've got to look at the name, don't I? It is dimethylhydrazine. Dimethylene. Is that what I'm after? Dimethylene gas from methanol and methylamine. And alright, no, I've lost what I need. Let's run back through here. Dimethylamine, monochloramine, dimethylamine from methanol and methylamine. Methylamine comes from methanol. Okay, so this is methylamine, and then we need dimethylamine. Okay, all right. Methylamine. And that even actually, look at that. How rarely do these things line up? Storage tank? No storage tanks. Okay, let's not get cocky and assume that's going to work for this one. But we actually want to have, like, ideally that would line up. We'll have for our dimethylamine. Dimethylamine? No, of course not. All right. So let's get you lined up over there. In fact, we'll put you down right about there. That will work out nicely for us, because we'll do that. We'll not do that. We'll do that and that and that. Okay. Now I forgot we were outputting some purified water with this. Okay, that's really quite simple to deal with. If I just run it up there a ways, we'll pop another one of these here. I'm going to run this all the way over here, up to here, and then I kind of want, where is this actually coming from? Where is the input of this? Where is the input of this purified water? It is down here. Down here. All right. So this we kind of want to be a top up. We want this to be a top up. And that way it'll preferentially use the waste out of here. Okay. Now, why aren't you working? Because you have nothing. You have neither of the things that we need, because there's no methanol coming in here at all, because you need green metal catalysts. All right, let's get some green metal catalysts for you. There we go. Hopefully we'll have some guys bringing over some green catalysts themselves. We've got 70 catalysts there and 70 there. Okay, that seems to be working now. And you are now overflowing with the stuffs, methylamine. You apparently also have, which I did not see, also have some water to get rid of. All right. Top up. Is that actually... Yeah, okay, we might need to clarify that, which is odd, I would say, but that's the case. Let's get rid of those from our inventory while I'm looking. Clarifier, there we go. We can make one, fortunately. And we'll want to pop it, we'll just pop it here. We'll pop that there. Actually, no, let's move it one further in. We do that. Nope, we get our overflow valve. Top up, check. Overflow. Ah, man. I gotta say, these valves for Bobs and Angels are really nice, because it saves you having to put a pump with circuitry on every single time you want to do this, which is the old school way to do it. There we go. All right. Get you going. Again, how this works with a top up, like, are these just going to fight each other and means that this is constantly running? No. Maybe. At least now we have some dimethylamine gas. Look at that, we've got 2.5K. If we've got dimethylamine and hydrazine, we can make these things. Rocket fuel. I assume it's in a chem plant. It is. All right. Let's do a search for rocket fuel capsule. Rocket fuel capsule. There we go. Ooh. Get the chills every time that lines up correctly. That did not line up as correctly as I would have liked. Because, yes, we couldn't have connected this one up. There we go. Pop that there. Connect you up there. Get you some power. My goodness. Dimethyl hydrazine? What's going on? Dimethylamine. Oh, did we miss a step? Dimethyl hydrazine. Okay, we did miss a step. Let's rip those out. Dimethyl hydrazine. Dimethyl hydrazine comes from dimethylamine and monochloramine gas. Now, where's our monochloramine? Which one is it? Monochloramine. Here it is. Okay. All right. Let's bring you out over here. Let's get you there with a connection. No, that's already connected. You are making dimethyl hydrazine. Dimethyl hydrazine. Nope. Nope. Just not quite. Not quite. All right. Let's put it like that then. Let's put it like that then. There we go. All right. You'll go there. You'll go there up to there. Yeah, that should work. Dimethyl hydrazine gas. There we go. All right. You go in there. You connect up there. You go over there and get clarified or used. Your choice. And then over here we'll do something like that. Alright, we will pop in one of these right there. Dimethyl hydrazine, and look at that! Rocket fuel capsules. Rocket fuel capsules. Rocket fuel capsules. We'll copy that. Situation over here. But say rocket fuel capsules. Alright, well, I mean, the last thing to do, I guess, is actually set up the... What did I just do there? Something I tabbed. Man, I've turned the sound up in-game, and I haven't heard that gun sounding change for a long time. Okay, we're just going to pop you here. You are going to request everything you need for rocket fuel. Rocket fuel, beautiful. It would have been nice to just have these feed directly, but you know, here we are. You go in there. We'll have a red one here. You go in there. You go in there, and we only want 1,000 connect to say rocket fuel less than 1,000. Is that right? Rocket parts require 10 rocket fuel. We need 100. That's 1,000. Perfect. Now we can limit this, change this limit. Instead of 10k, we no longer need 10k because they'll all get used for our rocket fuel. We'll just set this down to not even 100. Let's go a stack of 20 sitting here. If there's 20 sitting here, you go working. And likewise, if there's 20 sitting here, you can stop working as well. All right. Because this is the one here. You know, that's really quite slow. I'm surprised at how slow that is. So we're going to do that. And there's an input there for no reason. I'm just going to turn that around so it doesn't look so odd. And you're going to do that. And we'll copy your conditions here of 1,000. There we go. That should speed up our usage, our construction of them somewhat. It is 1 rocket fuel every 30 seconds. Wow, that is pretty abysmal. So we've got basically 1 every 7 seconds. Okay, it's going to take 7,000 seconds. That's like 2 hours. Well, we've got a bit of time to play with. We've got a bit of time to play, but not today because we are already out of time. I think, yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. I can't even remember now. Next episode, we will be looking at where to from here. I mean, we've got to make the rocket silo. Let's not forget that. But I think that's all the rocket parts. I can't remember. We'll then have to look back at all our production issues and try and speed this up because I'm not going to leave this running for 2 hours. Although game speed 10 could really shorten that down quite a bit. But we've got some alerts. Not enough storage space available. Let's deal with that next episode. Let's not continue on. All right. As always, a huge thank you to my wonderful, wonderful patrons, and I will see you next time.